Formation Mike. Wind at 320 degrees at 6. Temperature 53. Altimeter 3000.
People like you, organizations like RampCheck, I love you guys.
4, 5, 6. Gotta be down, ready now. You are clear for takeoff runway 21 left. Winds are calm. Stand by for the retrans on uniform. It's showtime.
Welcome to the RampCheck Aviation podcast. This is Aaron, and next to me, let's see which way. This way. Anyway, go ahead and introduce yourself, Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt. I help out.
That's right, exactly. Matt is a longtime follower and supporter of us, and we certainly appreciate him jumping on, helping out, always giving us a lot of support. So Matt is a badass for that. He's also who are you employed by there, Matt?
Northrop Grumman.
That's right. And we can never talk about what he's doing other than what program do you work on?
The B-21 Raider.
There you go. So that is exactly why we can't talk about it because, well, frankly, we don't want him to slip up on something either.
That's true.
So we are not on Instagram Live tonight. There was some kind of issue as we were going on. So I don't know what's going on, but we are obviously on YouTube, Rumble, X, and Facebook. So any of those platforms other than Rumble, you can actually comment. We can show your comments live on screen. But we've already got Hess on here, spinny side up. Thanks, Matt.
You are very welcome, sir.
That's right. And then BH World is chiming in. What's the agenda today? Well, I think we've got a little bit of F-35 talk today, but I don't know.
Probably hear him.
Well, we'll see. But anyway, obviously Ryan and Tony are absent tonight. They're out of town, and they're probably drunk off their ass, so they wouldn't even be able to attempt to come on. Every year, Ryan, Tony, and Tony's nephew, Anthony, well, Tony's son, my nephew, Anthony, they all hang out in Vegas for a few days. So, yeah, they'll go hang out in Vegas and not go to Nellis. And to me, that's a sin. Anytime I'm going to Vegas, I'm going to Nellis. So,
right.
But yeah, and then Hess says should be the best show yet. Well, we'll see. But anyway, but yeah, welcome, Matt. Thank you for joining on.
Happy.
We'll see if how much I fumble my words, and we'll see what a clusterfuck this turns out to be. But I don't know.
Fine.
We've hosted together before when Ryan and Tony were gone. So
yes.
Anyway, but I got a little bit of a different mic setup tonight, so I'm not always bumping in to my stand where I normally have my mic. So far, so good. But anyway, so Matt, what you been up to, dude?
Just work. Obviously we're starting production, so we're limited production and hoping to kick out as many planes as we can by the end of the year.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, a couple episodes ago, there was a spotter down by Edwards that actually caught the B-21 doing some test flying through some clouds off in the distance. And so we're happy to see that. And also there have been Air Force officials that have commented on the progress of the testing, the flight test program. Everything's going smoothly. So, man, I can't wait to see a B-21 at Red Flag.
I can't either. Or a flyover.
Yeah, or even a flyover. Exactly. Now, do we know at all where the depot centers are going to be for B-21 yet? I don't know if they've gotten that far.
The depot centers? I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I think it's the 3 bases that were named as the homes of them, which Whiteman not being on there is a sin in itself.
Yeah, that's weird. Initially, I bet they end up getting them last when they're actually getting ready to retire
the remaining B2s.
Yeah,
I agree.
And we're going to talk about B2 as well tonight. We've got several stories lined up. That's the great thing about this live stream is we just shoot the shit about aviation, and that's what's great about it.
100% agree.
And we're not as formal as some other aviation podcasts, which is fine because I listen to a bunch of other aviation podcasts as well. And I like that our format is live stream too. So if you sound like an idiot or you fuck up, that's just who you are because it's live.
Yep, it is.
Instead of editing it out. So, but anyway, so let's see. We got another comment. Epic Aviation 47. Interesting. Hi from Georgia. How you doing? Are you there? I'm guessing. So I don't remember this gentleman's name, but I know the account and I watch his videos. He does a great job. He's probably covering Century Savannah, which is going on right now in Savannah, Georgia. I'm guessing that's probably
Okay.
he's down there. But hey,
Have they fixed the Raptor yet?
Yeah, I know. I'm sure it's in a hangar right now being evaluated.
I'm sure.
But man, I just and all the talk of the Raptor, a bunch of the early block Raptors being retired. It's just like, geez. I mean, you don't realize when was the IOC for the Raptor? It was like 2005 or something like that.
It was early 2000s, I want to believe.
Yeah, and
they started cutting them at like 2008, 2009.
Yeah. So it was in that range, but what are we now? Let's see, 5, 15, 20. I mean, gosh, I mean, we're talking about retiring some of the jets like sub 30 years.
Oh yeah.
Which is crazy because we still have F-15s and F-16s that have been around for
ever.
I mean, obviously the C models and D models and and now the EX for the F-15s and the later block F-16s. They weren't produced that far. I guess if you go back to like the F-15, F-16As and Bs, but
I mean, it's still
anyway,
the same airframe.
Yeah, it's still exactly. So let's see here. BH World, he chimes in again, says Herd Raider will be at the Wasatch show. No, don't listen to BH. It's all bullshit. Not all of it, but
most of it.
There is going to be a B2 flyover though.
Yes.
And we are going to talk about the that air show a little bit tonight too. Let's see. Epic Aviation 47, no Century for me, sadly. Oh, okay. All right. But anyway, I kind of figured since you were from Georgia, I don't know if you live in Georgia or not, but anyway, and then he also says, yeah, retiring the F-22 is mega stupid. Yeah, I mean, luckily it's just the early model, early block Raptors, but still.
I mean, that's how we have the one at Hill.
Yeah, exactly. That museum up at Hill is awesome. But anyway, why don't we get into our first story?
Let's do it.
Let's see. Let me pull this up. So we are live, and I'm running everything tonight because I told Matt just sit there and talk. Don't do anything. But let's see here. Let's do this one. Okay. So first story comes from Air and Space Forces magazine, airanspaceforces.com. But the Air Force, U.S. Air Force will retire, not repair damaged B-2, fleet shrinking to 19 aircraft, which is crazy.
It is.
The story came out May 13th. The Air Force has decided it's too expensive to fix the B-2A Spirit bomber that crashed at Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri in December of 2022 and will retire it from service. Air and Space Force magazines has confirmed. The decision is likely driven by the cost and duration of potential repair. An April force structure report issued by the Pentagon said the aircraft is being divested in fiscal year 2025 due to a ground accident damage presumed to be uneconomical to repair. No cost estimate was provided. Aviation Week was the first to report the notice. The action will reduce the B-2 fleet to 19 aircraft out of 21 originally built. The Spirit is the Air Force's only penetrating bomber, meaning it's able to get past a peer adversary's integrated air defense system. Boy, say that 10 times fast.
No.
I know, right? In 2010, as you recall this, another B-2 crashed at Anderson Air Force Base, Guam, which is just a crazy video if you've never seen it.
Does it actually state what happened to it?
Yes.
Like why it crashed?
Yes. It was. So if I can recall, what had happened was they had washed the aircraft or something, and or something where the moisture got in the sensors.
Yes.
And
So what happened is the humidity
Yeah.
was too much in Guam,
There
which
you
then
go.
they realized that we have a problem. That's also why they have to be stored in specialized hangars, and they have to be
Yep.
babied so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. So basically, the instrumentation just went crazy because yeah, and so Hess even comments right here, says the pedostatic error. Yeah,
Correct.
exactly. um but yeah, that's just, man, that's nuts, and that's a crazy ass video too.
Yes.
After months of effort, airmen and Northrop Grumman personnel made it flyable, and returned it to Northrop for full repair. No, that's not the right one. That's a different one, because the one in Guam was a write-off, dude. There was another one that was repaired that was also damaged, I believe, at Whiteman. I think they got this story wrong.
No, they're talking about the other. They're talking about the two.
Which
So
one are they talking about? So
this
in
is the one that
20
they fixed. So this is the one that was in Guam that they fixed. They returned to Northrop and made it
Oh,
flyable. The one in
okay.
Whiteman is getting completely scrapped out.
Yeah, but the one that was in Guam, that was the full write-off. That was the one that like burned. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that.
Probably.
I'm gonna have to look that up real quick, because there's that video of that one that crashed and burned. And I swear that was in Guam. Let's see. So okay, so that was in 2018, or excuse me, 2008. So they're talking about a different
Is that the one
one.
that's in the museum?
No, dude. It's like burned. Here, I'll put a photo up of it. Stand by. Let's see. I just looked it up. Okay, here we go. See? That's the
Oh,
burned
you're
one.
right. You're right.
Yeah. So I guess this one was in 2008.
Okay.
Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, see, dude, look at it. I mean, it's
Oh yeah,
just
that thing
it's
is
just
totaled.
it's just a yeah. Yeah, they didn't repair that one. But anyway, so I guess there was 3 B-2 crashes. 2 of them apparently are going to be written off.
Yep.
Now that they just announced this one. And then of course, yeah. So anyway,
Well, that's crazy
interesting though.
too.
I mean,
Do you have that
19.
article still up?
Yeah, let me pull it up. Let's see here. I know when I'm doing everything, it's like, let's see. Okay, here we go. All right, here's the article. This is where I left off.
Okay, so there's actually one spot right where you're at, where your cursor is.
Okay.
Let's highlight this right there.
Okay. The Air Force has only budgeted B-2 procurement and research and development through fiscal year 2028, indicating it doesn't plan to retire the type much beyond 2030. Retain the type, excuse me. Northrop Grumman received a sustainment contract for the B-2 on May 3rd, valued up to $7 billion, which only runs through 2029. Interesting.
So how much
Okay.
of that could have been used to repair it, or do they
Yeah.
think it's going to over budget that, because each plane is valued at what, $2.13 billion? I think
Yeah.
we talked about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So is it way more than that, or do they think they just can't procure enough money to fix it?
You know, I'm sure it's fixable, but they probably decided not to, just because they want to bring B-21 up. And
Right.
so they're probably whatever funds that they would have used for that damaged B2. They're probably just, like, okay, here's more funds for B-21. Because frankly, the Air Force needs the B-21 as soon as possible.
I agree.
Especially now that they're losing another B2. The stealth penetrating bomber is just, now they're down to 19, and that's 19 total. That's not 19. I mean, what did they launch a month or two ago? They launched like 12.
Oh yeah, that elephant walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, you figure there's always, a few down for maintenance, or,
Sure.
maybe, aren't combat ready at a time. But I don't know. I guess it's just kind of scary because the world, the way it is right now, you just, you just don't know.
No.
It's just crazy. Okay, so here we go. If we go down the article, it says one B2 has been lost in service. In 2008, a Spirit crashed and takeoff at Anderson. The accident later attributed to condensation in the air data system, which gave faulty indications indications of the aircraft's attitude, prompting the computer to command an excessive pitch up. The bomber stalled and crashed, but the crew ejected and survived. Man, can you imagine being that crew in that moment?
No.
I mean, that would just, in any aircraft in a situation like that, but let alone you're flying a $2 billion B2 where, one of only 21 made.
Right.
So, oh man, that's crazy. But yeah, that's man. I love seeing the B2s at Red Flag. First time I saw a B2 was at the Hill Air Force Base. Probably one of the air shows, I think. I've actually got slides of B2 flying around Hill Air Force Base. That's how long ago it was. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when I was shooting slides before digital. Which is crazy. But let's see here. Okay, we've got a couple comments. Yeah, the one in Guam from Epic Aviation 47. The one at Guam was a complete loss. Yes. Let's see here. The one that was fixed is the one from Whiteman. Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right. But gosh,
the fact that there's two that crashed in Guam, you got to stay away from there.
Yeah, no doubt. What the hell's going on with Guam? I think there was a B-52 that was a total loss in Guam too.
I think you're right.
A little while ago. So let's not send any B1s that way anytime soon. We can't afford to lose another one of those.
Right.
But a few weeks ago we were talking about the B1 they pulled out of
Lancelot.
Davis Monthan. Yeah, Lancelot. Well, there was talk on X that somebody was seeing an indication that there might be a second B1 that they're prepping down at Davis Monthan to bring out. Wasn't confirmed or anything, but they were saying, of course, until they actually fly it out, they're not going to, confirm anything. But, maybe there's another B1 on the horizon.
That would be lovely.
Yeah, I know. Seriously. Whenever there's a B1 around, it's just awesome. And hearing the stories, B1s, like in Afghanistan, Taz was talking about how, they'd get guys on the ground that have been fighting all day and they wanted to get some sleep. And so the B1 would just do just tactical burner passes just to keep everybody, the Taliban and all, them hiding so that the troops could get some sleep on the ground.
Well, I think they did that in
sick.
Didn't they do that in Vietnam too with the SR-71s?
Oh,
they would start making passes to let people know that, like, prisoners of wars that they're coming.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They did do that. They did.
That's got to be a nasty burn.
Yeah, right. Those sonic booms, Mach 3 SR-71 doing sonic booms over Hanoi or whatever, wherever it was. That's just, that's crazy. Man, SR-71. Let's see here. Okay, so anything else on the B2?
No
Anybody else? Anybody else have comments or you,
questions.
Matt? Yeah.
No, I think we covered everything that we wanted on that. It's a shame that we're losing another one.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully these flight tests with the B-21 go well and we start seeing them hit pavement.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I can't wait until it's more public when they're actually flying it, more so and you can see some, testing when there's multiple jets. It'll be interesting to see when the next test aircraft actually takes flight
Yeah,
and joins the first one down at Edwards. Who knows? Maybe there already is one. They did it in the middle of the night one night. You just
it
you
wouldn't
never
surprise me.
you wouldn't yeah. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me either. Um, but okay, let's see here. Let me pull up this next article. Okay, so this is actually really cool. This was unveiled just today or yesterday.
I
When
think
was
it
it?
was today.
Yeah, I think it was today. So this is also from Air and Space Forces magazine. I picked this one because it had some shots of it flying, which are pretty sick.
Oh, very much so.
But yeah, let's expand that a little bit. Yeah, look at that. The 50th anniversary F-16 paint. But anyway, so F-16 demo team, which is the Viper demo team, rolls out 50th anniversary paint scheme. The Air Force F-16 Viper demonstration team rolled out a new paint job on May 15th, celebrating the 50th anniversary of the first flight of the YF-16, the prototype that took off by accident from Edwards Air Force Base,
I love that
California.
story.
I know, that's a great story. January 20th, 1974. The demo jet features the same iconic red, white, and blue livery as the YF-16, but with a few changes such as Viper demo and 20th Fighter Wing. The team's home unit, Shaw Air Force Base, South Carolina, written on the tail. Usually, a paint job like this would take about 3 months, but the demo team and the Edwards Base 412 test wing managed to do it in less than 8 weeks, according to a press release.
Damn.
Nice, nicely done, man. That looks good. I can't wait to see that. That's sick. Um, uh, when I was hired to be the commander and pilot in the summer last year, I'd made it known that I hope to find a way to get our airplane painted in the prototype scheme to take America back to the beginning of the story that started 50 years ago, Captain Taylor Heiser, the demo team leader, said in a release. The new paint job comes about 4 months after Edwards painted the tail of one of its F-16s in the same colors, also in celebration of the jet's first flight. These custom flashes represent the 50-year legacy of both the F-16 and 416th Flight Test Squadron team, who ensure the Viper remains a dominant presence for decades to come. The California base wrote in a January 22nd Facebook post. So yeah, let's just look at, man, that looks so good. I love how they don't have any of the wing, pylons on, or the weapons.
No, it's just a clean
It's
F-16.
just a clean F-16. I love it. That is sick. Man, that looks good.
It really does.
Yeah, look at that. Amazing. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. There's a couple other photos, but anyway, so coming to an air show near you. And then another thing I wanted to share was so Sean Hampton art, check this out. He's already got a printout of it. Just awesome. Gotta love it.
It is way pretty.
Let's see. All right, here we go. There we go. Look at that. And you can buy that actually on his website, which is right here. It's afterburnerprofiles.com. So there you go. So for $15, it's yours. So as a matter of fact, so I've got a bunch of his artwork up here. Let's see. I'm going to show this real quick. So if anybody wants to pick that up, that's actual link. You can scan that with your phone if you're watching other than your phone. But the Bayo profile up there,
Yep.
That's one of his, and I've got a bunch of others that I can't show you right now, but
I was gonna say I have one room too from the
yeah,
air show in Nellis.
yeah.
That's all about the aggressors.
Yeah, dude, I know. Yeah, we've got a bunch of the aggressor ones too, including the the prototype art for some of the F-35s as well. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but he does
No,
all the F-16s and all
this
the
was like a
F-16s.
special one. He only made, I think, like 200 or something like that. So it was
Oh,
a
nice.
special print.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great one. That's an awesome one. Okay, let's go back to a couple of the chats. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, Generazzi, what's up, man? She's a beaut. Sure wish this livery is made ready for demo team at Fort Worth Air Show, as the vast majority of Vipers were built here. That's true. Yeah, that air show,
Yes.
they still didn't have it, out yet because they were still working on it. I'm just looking out. I got my window on out here. I just saw my wife and kids go by for a walk. So anyway, that's funny. Let's see here. Then BH World. Wow, a scannable 2D matrix. Yeah, that's right. I'll put it up one more time for everybody to see. But anyway, if you want to pick up that profile print, those are sick.
They are. He does really good work.
Yeah, definitely. All right, cool. Let's see here. So, yeah, you got to check out Viper Demo with their new jet. I wonder what the first air show is.
Well, I'd imagine it's ready now. So what's the first air show coming up this weekend?
Yeah, that's a good question. I have no idea. Some people I know could probably repeat all the different air shows, but I don't know. I don't have time for that, I guess. But speaking of air shows, so Hill Air Force Base has an air show coming up the very last weekend in June 29th and 30th. And they've got quite a lineup that'll be cool. I wish they had not only do they have mock flying F-35 demo and of course Thunderbirds, but I wish they had like the A-10 demo or something because it's their last year, especially since Hill is a big, depot center for the A-10s. I mean, basically all the A-10Cs were pretty much, converted there and got new wings and, avionics, all that.
Well, and I was even thinking, like, why don't they bring like Dawkin, the B-29 that's out in
Yeah.
Wendover? Like, I asked them, and they just said they would like Hill didn't have the budget for it. Now, this was before I found your post.
Yeah.
When they're saying that they were going to have a B-2 flyby, and I'm going, well, how much was the budget for that? Because holy shit.
Yeah. Well, they probably just worked it into a mission it was going to be out on. A lot of times those flyovers, they just work it into a mission that was already going to happen. So it was probably, going to do a bombing run over the Utah Test and Training Range or Dugway or something, just, whether it's dropping something for real or just a mock, run and then, come around to Hill because we got an air show this weekend, a lot of times they'll do that.
Your next Viper demo team show is Hillsboro, Oregon.
Ah, there you go. All right, Oregon, heads up. That'll be sick. I can't wait to see the demo photos in that with the burner and everything.
Right.
That'll be awesome. But anyway, yeah. So Warriors over the Wasatch Air Show, Hill Air Force Base, Utah. It's a free show, of course. It's an open house. Just like a lot of open houses at military bases around the country. Once again, June 29th and 30th. So let's go through this lineup right now. Of course, Thunderbirds, we already mentioned that. And then the F-35A demonstration team, flown by Mock. Obviously, that's going to rock. B-2 flyby, June 29th. So only on Saturday. And then the Air Force E-3 flyby, June 30th. That's a new one that I didn't know was going to happen.
Correct.
And for those of you that don't know, everybody watching probably does, but the E3 is the Century, the AWACS. So
yes,
so that's cool to see those. Those are actually going to be all retired probably all within the next 10, 15 years, because they're going to be replaced by the E7 wedge tail.
How soon do those start rolling out?
That's a good question. Probably later on this decade, I would guess. I know the Air Force is like dragging their feet on a contract price for them, the last article that I read.
Okay.
But they definitely need them because those E3s are they're getting a little long in the tooth,
right,
so to speak. And then KC-135 flyby. That's cool.
New.
It is. And so that'll probably be the 151st refueling wing, based out of Salt Lake International Airport.
Yep.
Local here. Air Force Heritage Flight, probably the F-35 and P-51, like it has been for years.
I would imagine so, yeah.
The Air Force Special Warfare Jumpers. I know that BH World, that will be his favorite. Because BH is actually coming out for the show. So we'll all be able to, yeah.
Wonderful.
We'll all be able to I'll be able to hang out and say hi. Let's see here. Let's see. U.S. Air Force, U.S. Special Operations Command Premier Aerial Parachute Demonstration Team. Okay.
So is that the Golden Knights, or is the Special Warfare Jumpers the Golden Knights? Because I'm seeing a lot of new stuff that we haven't seen.
Yeah,
before.
I know. I don't think the Golden Knights are going to be here because they're specifically, the Golden Knights.
Right.
And so I don't know. Command's premier area. Yeah, it's weird that they wouldn't put Golden Knights on there if they are. Maybe somebody watching knows the answer to that, but anyway. And then of course Navy F/A-18 Super Hornet Legacy Flight. Now
West Coast demo team.
Yeah, so I thought that they were actually going to do the Super Hornet demo, just like they did last time a couple years ago. I'm hoping they do, because that's always a good one.
If I remember right, the West Coast Rhino demo team said that they were coming here, so I would imagine it's the same one we got last time.
Yeah, and I thought it was on their schedule too. And last show they did the Heritage, or the not the Heritage, that's the Air Force one, but the Legacy Flight, the Navy one
with the T2 Buckeye.
That's right, the T2 Buckeye. So hopefully that'll be there, which will be cool. The Multi-Service Military Show of Force demo. Now that's new this year.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I bet you it's like, I almost think maybe it's a combination F-35, Super Hornet,
Vipers,
F-22. I don't know. I mean, it's multi-service, it says. So
I would imagine then you have F-35s with the Hornets and whatever else they decide to have up there, because I'm seeing that, and it reminds me of the show that they do at Nellis, which if you haven't seen that, you need to go.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is the most incredible performance I have ever seen outside of Fast in his attack demo.
Yeah, that was sick. That was so
just
good.
Watching a practice too. Like I'm like on the phone with my dad going, okay, this is going to be special. This is going to be special. And then to actually see it, and you're just like, holy shit.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Maybe we'll get Air Force F-35, Marine Corps F-35B, and then maybe a Navy F-35C. I don't know. Who knows? Multi-force. That would be sick, though.
Oh, that would be incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess here's to hoping.
Right.
And then, of course, goes to, a bunch of the stunt pilots, the classics, Bob Freeman, Bill Stein, Brad Worston, Gregory Wired Collier. He's the one that flies the T-33. Mark Peterson, Melissa Burns, Paul Sticky Strickland, Rob Holland, Skip Stewart, Smoke and Thunder Jet Shows, 10 Sticks of Dynamite.
That's new.
Now, this is new for the year, the Tora demonstration.
Correct.
And that is cool. Last time I saw that was at Luke Air Force Base.
Really?
And that's a cool one. And they even had a B-17 fly in that. So who knows? Maybe, I don't know. well, I guess we'll see. And then Yellow Thunder formation team. So
So one thing I want to highlight too is that is it actually going to be the jet truck or is it going to be the fire truck? Because if you remember,
yeah, I don't know.
the previous jet truck, I can't remember his name, and I feel so bad about it. But
I
he
know.
had that
I know who
huge
you're talking about.
accident in Michigan.
Yeah, it was the show right after the Hill
Ours,
show. So we actually saw him for the last time,
yes,
you
which
know,
is eerie to say
complete
right
a
now.
show. It really is. I mean, you go back and look at all the photos that I took that day and the
Yep,
videos, and there
I
he
did the
is
same thing. I was
in that
watching and
exact truck. Yeah.
just horrified watching like the video after that shows the accident, and you're like,
Hmm.
no, 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 no.
I know. It's crazy. But anyway, so it sounds like a great show. I always love, covering that show. The Hill Air Force Base Public Affairs Office. Um, they're awesome. They've always been really good to us. We know that they work really hard to put this on.
Agreed.
And we're excited for it, and we're always excited to support it. Try to get as much of the word out. It's free to the public, so go out and see what your tax dollars are spent on, and it'll make you proud to be an American, that's for sure. So
Couldn't have said it better myself.
yeah. Okay, let's go to a couple of the chats now. BH World, of course, he's tired of hearing about the Viper. Let's skip the Viper and talk about AY dash, or I should say Alpha Yankee dash 03 first flight. That would be the Belgian F-35 that actually flew. People were posting photos of that. And yeah, Jetterazzi, yeah, first Belgian F-35A. That's right. Saw a bunch of photos of that jet in that flight. People posting on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. BH also says actually Viper SB in Oregon this weekend. Okay, so that's what you had mentioned too. So I don't know who said what first because I can't read all the comments every second, but anyway, so BH World, did you schedule the pre-show fish shop meetup yet? Just south of base in Layton. A lot of people have been asking about spaghetti gear. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I'll have to get some spaghetti F-35 gear and give it away at the show. I know
might have to
people
do
would
more
love it.
spaghetti things too, not just the 35s, and just make a whole line out of it.
There you go in all of its glory there, BH. That's just for you. But let's see here. Okay. All right. So anything else we want to cover on that? I mean, what are you excited about, Matt? What are you most excited about Hill?
Seeing the B2 finally fly. Every time I've went to try to see it, it's either been pitch black or didn't show up because of COVID.
Dang, you really never seen a B2 Spirit fly?
Not
Man.
since like the 4th of July parade years ago.
Oh, okay. Okay. And it was probably pretty high too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's man, that's yeah, I love seeing the B2s that I don't you've seen that video that we shot of B1s launching at night from Nellis, the ones from behind.
Oh, I share that thing everywhere.
It's one of my most favorite videos that I've ever taken. I mean, it was sick. I mean, you could, right at the end of the runway, we're on base that night. We had all the paperwork for coverage and everything. And so, but man, when those B1s taxied out to launch, we had B1s and B2s that night.
Right.
But the B1s obviously are impressive at night, because the 4 burners and
for sure.
And where we were at behind the runway, I mean, we were still pretty far from the runway, but we were close. I mean, you could feel the heat, smell all that awesome jet fuel burnt. I mean, talk about being in the moment and just trying to absorb it because not too many times, can you say, you were at the end of her, well, not the very end, you know what I mean?
Yes.
When a couple bones launched just back to back. I mean, it was unbelievable. I don't even know the word to describe it. That was so sick. But anyway, right after the B1s launched, um, it was either right before or right after. I don't remember. But we captured some B2s that taxied out and launched too. But out of respect for the Air Force, we didn't post those videos because they're right from behind. You can't really see a whole lot because they're dark. They don't have the burners and blah
They
blah
don't
blah.
care.
But anyway,
That's what they don't want you to see.
yeah, exactly. So,
And I would love to go into that, but I definitely cannot.
but yeah, definitely. But that was a really cool moment too that we were able to witness and capture. But yeah, man, anytime you get B2s, they're just they don't look like they're of this world.
No.
They probably have a lot to do with at least contemporary modern day UFO sightings because
Oh,
they
I'm
do
sure they are.
they look crazy in the air.
Probably that and
Um,
like the F-117, whatever else they've been flying. I'm sure there's
yeah,
so many things that we don't know about that are flying, and people are like, "What the hell is that?"
yeah, right, exactly. It's crazy. All right, so another chat. We've got AvGeek Joe finally chiming in tonight. What's up, dude? We want Bayo, just so you know. Bayo brings out the best in air shows. Yeah.
Did she get reassigned already? So she's in a squadron then,
You know,
or do
I
they keep them
believe
here?
I believe so. Um, and I also heard a rumor that she might actually be joining the Utah Air National Guard.
Really?
It's just a rumor. Now, anyway, I
You
won't
know
go any
about rumors
further into
though.
that.
There's some truth always into rumors.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. Um, but so for you, Joe, here's a photo of the new Bayo sticker that we actually put on the website, and Joe actually picked up a couple of them. Um, but yeah, there you go. So it's modified a little bit. Obviously, it doesn't say F-35 demo team because Lockheed Martin and their lawyers won't allow us to do it unless we pay them thousands of dollars to do that.
Oof.
But yeah, so it says Panther demo team pilot and commander. But that's new. We added the dates on there, from 2020 to 2023. But yeah, always love this design just because the whole Beowulf and you've got that kick-ass wolf on there. But always love that. But
Agreed. It's always funny
um,
with all the call signs too. They always like
yeah,
match
totally.
last names or something
Yeah,
too.
exactly. Except for in the case of Mock, I don't know how Klusner, goes in there
Oh,
with
I'm sure
Mock.
there's a fantastic story that goes with that.
Oh, I'm sure. But anyway, and then this sticker is also available on the Ramp Swag store. Go ahead and check that out. That's one that we did, or that's one that I did for Mock. That's actually a photo that I converted to some artwork of the media
Media day.
day when they introduced her to the Utah media as the new demo team pilot commander. So.
And she has
Um,
buzzed my house multiple times.
Yeah, I know. She did a demo again on Tuesday, and unfortunately I wasn't able to go up and shoot that one. But we were there a few weeks ago when I was trying to do more video, with my camera, and
Right.
and my big lens, and man, I just don't have a lot of practice doing it, so I guess I just need to keep trying. But
You got a month. The air show season's coming up.
yeah, I know, right? Exactly. BH World. So, if my mind, let's see, in my mind, old Bayo iPhone case, is it a collector's item? It is. It is a collector's item because it probably still says F-35 demo team pilot and commander on there. So that's good. So let's see here. So since we were talking about ramp swag, let's kind of use a quick segment here and talk about some of the new designs that I actually just uploaded on the Ramp Swag store. So these are pretty cool. These fuck around and find out shirts. Check this out. Yeah. Look
Oh
at
yeah.
that. Yeah, that's awesome. So brand new design. Um, I'm working on a bunch of fighter designs. I'm working on a bunch of helicopter designs. I've got the 3 different F-35 variants on there, A, B, and C models, variants, I guess I should say. And the 4 main bombers of the Air Force, which is B1, B2, B21, B52. But these are available on front print or back print. So let's see. I'll pull up the B21 shirt here. So let's see here. So it's got like a darker kind of blood red color, and then this is more of like a maroon. But on this one, on the front print, it's just got it, in a smaller print, and then of course the back print. Yeah, and that's the B21 from Head On. Now
I
that's
do like the red shirts. They seem to come out a lot better.
I do too. And these are like the deeper red colors too. It's almost like it's not a maroon. Well, let's see. What color is this? It's called Cardinal. It's like a deep red.
Right.
And I love those. Yeah, absolutely. Way better than the actual, bright red. I mean, the bright red's okay, but it doesn't show like the gray print as well. And
Mm-mm.
so I don't have, as many of those, but anyway, so look on the Ramp Swag store. There's going to be more of these fuck around and find out designs with different aircraft. I've got an Apache one coming. Of course, F-15, F-16 Viper. Bunch of other stuff too. But keep an eye out for those, of course. You've got the stickers, right here. Got the mock sticker and the Bayo sticker.
Your
And
Hawaiian
then,
button-up shirts. Love
yeah,
those.
these new ones. I love these too because it really shows. You've got the camo, and then get the.
Which is
A10s
funny. I
on
need to
there.
get some of those. Every Thursday we do Hawaiian Shirt Day
Oh, dude,
and Jersey Day.
That's right. So I think I have. Let's see. Where is the? Yeah, here we go. It's called the 5th Gen Air Dominance Fighter because I can't put F-22 on it. But there you go. There's the F-22 one. That's cool. But these are also available on the Ramp Swag store. So, and then of course,
Beachwear.
that's right. It is getting warm out. Summer is almost here. I've got a bunch of camo swimsuits. And then I've got, some USA ones where the actual aircraft are the stars. And then, got some Splinter camo, the Viper, and also the classic F-15 65th Aggressor used to be in that camo as well. Some removal for flight stuff. And of course, 65th Aggressor F-35 with the kind of Splinter camo like they got. So anyway, yeah, pick up a swimsuit. There's men's swim trunks. A few of them are available, and then of course the women's swimwear. And I guess if you're buying a swimsuit bikini and you're a dude and you're into that, I guess you could do that too. But anyway, we've got a little bit of everything on there. So check it out. RampCheckGlobal.com. And you can go into the Ramp Swag store. It's a good way to support us, good way to support the channel. And we appreciate all the purchases. Actually had an F-35 pilot from Luke Air Force Base purchase one of those F-35 fuck around and find out shirts this week.
Lovely.
So, right after we launched them. So that's cool to know that'll be going on.
Right.
Let's see. All right, let's go to a couple more chats. Also, in some of the more recent photos, she can be seen wearing Rams patches again. So yeah, so she's Bayo's Rude Ram. There you go.
Oh, okay. So she's in the 34th.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, that's
which
cool.
is funny because we actually supplied a bunch of those jets.
Oh, cool. Very nice. A, B, and C. Say it again, Aaron. I dare you. PC. I don't get what the joke is, but
I don't either.
anyway, yes, it's a collector's item. Yeah, that's right.
Joe will probably buy it from you.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a mock sticker on my lens. That's right. AvGeek Joe posted that on his Instagram story, him putting the stickers on his camera lens. So that's pretty sick. um but anyway,
Well, speaking of cameras, do you want to talk about that now then?
yeah, let's do it. That's a great segment. Boy, you're good. You're good.
I've been on here
Okay.
enough.
Yeah, no shit. So for those AvGeek photographers and those who shoot with a real camera called Canon, Canon actually just announced the EOS R1, which is their new mirrorless flagship. Let's talk about it for a second because I'm drooling over this camera. It'll probably be a while till I get my hands on this camera.
It's probably what, $2,000, $3,000 to start.
Oh my dude, this one you're gonna be in the $6,000 range.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This thing is called the jack of all trades.
More like a wallet breaker.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The EOS One line. I used to have an EOS One N, which was a film camera years and years ago. That's what I shot those slides on that we were talking about earlier.
Oh, okay.
But that's the last. Well, I did own an EOS One Mark III, which is a smaller sensor, an older one for a short period of time, and that was a cool camera to have. But I actually sold that camera for more than I purchased it for, so
wow.
That's always good. But the R1, man, I mean, look at that beast. So the nice thing about this camera, it's got a new sensor. It's got a super fast processor, and it's actually got two processors in it. One to handle like all the data, probably the autofocus system, and the other systems, and one to capture the actual images. But I mean,
Looking
those
at
of
these
you
photos
who love
too, it
photography,
doesn't look bulky. It looks slimmer.
Yeah, it exactly. So I shoot. Let me pull this out real quick. So I shoot with the let me fix the thing here. So I have the R6,
Okay.
which is it's basically got the same internal components as the very last digital SLR EOS 1D X.
Okay.
I think it was the Mark III was the last one that they did because it has the same sensor, shooting speed, all that, but it is the mirrorless, which is really cool.
Which is what you want.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Mirrorless is the way to go now. I mean, the improvement as far as autofocus, picture quality, being able to look through an EVF. I thought at first maybe I would hate that, but I actually love that because you can actually do video looking right through the viewfinder. A lot of people don't realize that. Where with a digital SLR, you couldn't do that. You had to use the screen on the back. Well, with a mirrorless camera and you're doing any kind of video, you can just look right through the viewfinder.
Just aim and shoot.
Exactly. So that's an advantage. But the autofocus system on these new mirrorless cameras is just it's outstanding. It's amazing.
And when does this drop?
So it's supposed to drop sometime this year. They actually didn't give the exact date. But anyway, we won't actually read the release because I'm sure who knows it. It sounds like in the chats they've got there's some Nikon lovers in there, but anyway,
well, I'm sure Tony and Ryan are rolling their eyes at us and going, "Really, you're talking about this of all things?"
Exactly. But yeah, Jetarazzi, the disrespect to the Nikon mafia. I know. Nikon's got great stuff too, but man,
it's like
it's all Canon to me. But anyway, Canon talk. Time to go back to working on my 48 scale Nightmare. You've always got your hands on your Nightmare. Let's see. Hey, Matt Thiemann, what's up? First comment of the night. So cool. I'm still waiting to get my hands on the RF 200 800. That's right. That'll be a kick-ass lens once you get that. I believe Matt got the 100 to 400 to start out with. You can correct me if I'm wrong. We've been chatting through Instagram messaging on that. And a R6 Mark II, I believe he got. So that's cool. Let's see here. Avgeek Joe, I'm Nikon Mafia, and I get Bayos so the Canon Club can have Queen Mach, eh? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny, man.
That'll be a fun question to ask.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And then Matt, of course, yes. So cool. All right. Nice. I'm so glad that you got the that Canon gear. You're gonna love it. And once you get used to the mirrorless, I mean, you won't want to. I mean, you won't be looking back because it's just the way to go. Everything's so much better with mirrorless. I when I switched, I really didn't think that it would be that big of a difference, but it's a huge difference. So anyway, go check out that Canon R1 announcement. Supposedly,
I'm sure you guys will have a lovely photo when it says a release date, so people can go check it out.
That's right. That's right. And supposedly Canon's going to announce the R5 Mark II as well.
Okay.
So that should come out soon. But anyway, enough of that story. Let's do one more story, Matt, and then we'll start cleaning up here. But let's see here. What should we do? Let's do this one. This is a great story. Let's see. Okay. All right. So this is coming from the Aviationist. This is so sick. Skunkworks releases new KC-Z stealth tanker rendering. Look at that thing.
That is wild.
That is wild, dude. It looks. I mean, look how
it looks
big
like
that
a supersized F-35.
Yeah, it pretty much does. It really does. It has a lot of the same lines. Yeah, it's just crazy. And
then an overstretched wing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. And it looks like the boom is like more like mid body than in the very back.
Agreed. Well, unless how far back is it actually shooting? Because it could be like a tapered thing where it comes up and then comes back over.
Yeah. Interesting.
Because that might help with the stealth aspect.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. So this is supposed to be the KC-Z program is supposed to be the follow-on tanker program after like KC-46 and those things. So
which is funny because we haven't even got all of those yet.
I know, and they're not even working to their full potential yet because Boeing couldn't get the camera system right on them. Still like a year or two out from fixing that.
Boeing is just oof.
So
I know I don't want to rip on them, but God damn, they're just
they got to
shooting
fix
themselves.
Shit. They got to fix their shit. And it's interesting, a little tidbit about KC-46 that the guess what aircraft is not certified to be refueled by KC-46? Guess.
I would imagine most of your fifth gen.
So anybody watching, go ahead in the chat. Guess what aircraft is not certified and will not be certified to be refueled by KC-46? Okay. It's an interesting one. It is an aircraft that has been, I'll give you a hint. It's an aircraft that has been talked about to be retired and will start being retired soon.
Well, that's like half the fleet because they can't make up their minds.
Yeah, I know.
We're talking dude. Older or newer?
It's older.
Way older?
Pretty older. Yeah. And in the chat, we already have a correct answer. If you want me to put it on screen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Matt got it. A10C.
Wow.
That is correct.
They would imagine, I think at that point they would imagine they were gone.
Yeah, the A10 couldn't fly fast enough to latch safely
God.
onto the boom latch for refueling. So the Air Force is not going to have the A-10 certified to be refueled by KC-46. And they probably figured instead of doing a fix for it or figuring something out, they're
Right.
like, yeah, we're going to retire A-10s, soon anyway.
Well, they can't
And
get
there's,
enough of the KC-46s anyways to
I
start
know,
refueling those. So what's
And,
the point?
and there's still plenty of KC-135s. And the KC-10s are all going away. Supposedly all of them by the end of the year.
I'll believe that when I
So
see it.
yeah, I know. Well, especially with so many delays in KC-46, but anyway, so we can get let's see, Jetarazzi B2. Now I think the B2 can be refueled by KC-46 unless you have some info that I don't know about. The only one I know about is the A10. I think everything else has been certified to my knowledge.
Well, and you figure too that why couldn't the KC-46 like slow down enough, or is it going to stall?
Well, I think what it is, I don't think it's that. I think that the A10 doesn't have enough push in the thrust to actually latch on to the boom.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. It doesn't have I don't know. I don't know all the technical jargon for, aircraft to boom connections. That's what she said. But apparently it just didn't have enough oomph to actually latch on safely.
Well, it
So
sounds like we have a homework assignment. Ask the
yeah,
refuelers at the air show, why can't this happen?
yeah, that's actually a really good question. We should be asking. So anyway, okay, let's go back to the article real quick though. Lockheed Martin's secretive division released the rendering of a notional stealth tanker for the next generation air refueling system program, which aims to replace KC-46 and KC-135 tankers, probably mostly KC-135 tankers.
Agreed.
Lockheed Martin's highly secretive Skunk Works division released a rendering of a notional stealth tanker meant for the next generation. I just read that because that was the title right above that. But anyway, yeah, tankers, basically to replace some tankers in the 2030s. The tanker, which appears smaller than the types it will replace, is shown refueling an F-35A with a flying boom system. The aircraft in the rendering, first published by Aviation Week, appears to be based on rather large lambda wing with canted twin tails. The engines, possibly two, are buried in the fuselage with the air inlets under the wing's root, also called armpit inlets, and possibly flat nozzles in the rear. Yeah, what a crazy design. It's actually going to be cool to see some of these come to fruition.
I hope they do.
Yeah, I mean they have to. I mean even the next generation like cargo aircraft, C-17s, man, they're getting old. C-5s are getting flown, like crazy. They're not going to last, a whole lot longer. I mean they've still got a ways to go. But
I mean, they could always do probably a re-engine or an upgrade or anything else because I haven't heard anything about cargo aircraft. I think they're going to fly those until literally the wings fall off.
Yeah, I know. They did re-engine the C-5s.
Yeah.
But C-17, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they use the C-17s like crazy. Because I mean, it's the only like super reliable heavy lifter that the Air Force has.
And bulk too.
C5, yeah, exactly. C5s are just limited numbers, and they're still kind of maintenance pigs.
Hangar queens.
I mean, yeah, I mean if you can fit one in a hangar. But anyway, so I'll continue to read. While the design in the rendering is notional, Lockheed Martin released another completely different rendering last year. It's interesting to notice that the concept of low observability is also making its way into high value air assets. However, similarly to what we mentioned many times for the next generation air dominance program, the renderings might be representative of real designs being developed. Last year, the Air Force released requests for information to the industry for a new tanker capable of surviving in contested airspace. mentioned the service is interested in innovative solutions in all sizes and performance classes that might address the stressing missions requirements. Services later started an analysis of the alternatives. So,
So
yeah.
what's crazy to me is, how is a tanker going to be stealthy with that boom sticking out?
Well, I would imagine that at that moment they're not going to be stealthy. They probably just loiter stealthy, and then they would need some kind of air support or whatever if they're going to be in a contested airspace. Maybe they're going to do a boom that might, be angled, or maybe a stealthier boom that wasn't
Maybe
what
it's
was
got
in the
coatings
rendering.
on it or something.
Yeah, exactly. Just because I would imagine that's probably going to be a top secret part of the program, and they're probably not going to show what they've got in mind in renderings.
No, probably not.
You know,
But it
um,
raises the question: how is this going to operate the way that they want it to?
yeah, yeah, I know. Seriously, I don't know. It'd be an interesting program to follow. But I bet you anything. We see some kind of a tanker concept too from Net Zero.
Yep.
The Net Zero was a company that's working on the blended wing body design for the Air Force. I guarantee they're going to want to convert that into a tanker, transport. So
And don't be surprised if some of these companies start joining together to make a pitch.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
Test
for sure.
aircraft are not cheap.
Yeah, I know. Well, Net Zero got a contract from the Air Force, so they're actually funded to do this.
They're only funded probably for so much.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
most
I
test
I
aircraft and development, they're eating a
yeah,
lot of money.
I know. I know. I think they're funded for one full scale prototype. I think. I'll have
Huh,
to double
okay.
check that. Anybody that's listening or watching, let us know. Okay, let's go to the chat real quick. Jederazzi, he's being a little bit hard on himself. I don't know shit about fuck. Okay,
All right.
well, I I don't know, dude. You I think you know a little bit more about that. But B2 actually would have been a good guess
It would have
for
actually.
KC-46, but yeah, it was the A10. Interestingly enough. But anyway, well, dude, where are we on time?
Hour 10.
Yeah, we're just over an hour. Yeah, hour and 10. Um, let's wrap it up. I think we've covered a lot of cool stuff.
Agreed.
I mean, just shooting the shit about everything going on of late. Gotta love it. Um, we've
Right.
got we've got one more segment that we can do. I need to kind of cue this up, so stand by.
Sure.
Of course, let's see here. Where am I at? Okay, here we go. Sorry, it's a live show, everybody. When I'm doing everything, the producing, the reading, trying to keep Matt entertained.
Oh, you're doing fine.
It takes a second, but let's see.
So while you're setting that up, let's pose a question to everybody.
Let's
What is
do it.
your ideal air show? What is something that you want to see in the, let's say, the next 4 to 5 years?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. Put it in the chat after the next segment, which is, of course, one of our most favorite segments. And here it is. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to put a little bit different music on here tonight because we don't have Tony's sound machine with us. I'm going to put a little bit of chill hop music on. Or let's see. Should we do lounge music? Hold on one sec. Let's run a couple of these. Can you hear that okay?
Yeah.
Let's see. I think we'll do chill hop. Come on now. Load. Okay, there we go. All right, people. Here we go. Let me pull up the Instagram. Okay. So the first one is Frank. Oh, yeah. Can't wait. That's right. Yeah, Frank and I were talking cameras at Red Flag. And of course, my brothers are like, oh, God, you guys are nerds. But we were talking about the R1 coming out and the R5 Mark II and all this. And, Yeah, I would guess Frank's going to be one of the first to snag that R1.
I'm sure.
But yeah, let's like that post. That's awesome. Okay. All right. There's Audrey. Nice. Got some jets around here. I actually saw an F-16 fly over Eagle Mountain today.
I was gonna say, I think she actually caught the same ones I was talking about earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What's up, Cody? All right, Amazon. Let's see here. Let's keep it aviation. There we go. Pulled off a rare perfect parking job today. Harder than it seems in an EC-130. So that's Nate Barton. Yeah, that's great. Nate Barton, good dude. Used to live here in Utah. We actually hung out with him at a Red Flag one time. Nice view. All right, let's see. What do you got, Sammy? Nothing aviation today, but hey, supporting some cops. There you go. Nice. What is that with her Black Rifle Coffee? She works for, I believe. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Plano Police Department fucking rocked. All right. There you go, Sammy. That's cool. Good for you. Cool. All right. Chris Aviation, tail wheel complete. Cool. One of his students. That's Taz. He's got his own flight school. You want to learn how to fly?
Okay.
Go to Vegas. Go to Vegas. Taz will teach you how to fly. Let's see here. Let's go to... Nice. Let's go through the...
There's a person we know.
There you go, Av Rider Joe. It's RampCheck Global Wednesday, so you know who's going to be here. There you go, Joe. Nice. I guarantee that's Bayo flying. Windy City Spotter. All right, Joe. There you go. Getting some classic VC-25A action. Let's see. Oh, by the way, we should just mention Joe, dude. He went back into the hospital for another round of chemo, dude. That damn leukemia is just not going away. So, prayers and positive thoughts, and we love you, man. We still believe you're gonna get a full recovery. Just, keep fighting, dude. You've got all of our thoughts and prayers all the time. You got it, dude. Let's see. Let's get past the ads. Okay, there you go. Jamie Hunter, SR-71 Blackbird. Nice. Wonder where he's at.
It almost looks like Blackbird Park.
Yeah. Great job, Viper demo team. That's right. We totally agree with you, Jamie. That's sick. The last airplane photo you took. There you go. You too. Awesome. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Kyle Ruby. Okay, here we go. This is actually the unveiling video from Edwards Air Force Base.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, look at that. Out on the dirt. Oh, that's awesome. That looks so sick. That's great.
It's probably going to shoot very well, too, in flight.
Oh, dude, totally. Yeah, and then here goes Jacob posting the same thing. Just watch it. Yeah, look at that. Yep. Sean Hampton art right there. That's the links. Look at that. Classic. Throw back to my favorite toy as a kid. Hell yeah. That's sick. That's great. All right, nice shot, Jacob. Super Hornet, celebrate with chicken. Oh, so that must have been his wife. Oh yeah, that. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, we skipped over the chicken. Whatever it is.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. But yeah. So Jacob and his wife just announced actually that they're having a baby. So that's cool. They were in Hawaii when they announced that. We actually showed that on one of the segments a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he was shooting a lot of Raptors too. Jerk.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, see, look, Jacob knows what's up. He posted the R1 thing too. So there you go. Oh yeah, Dirt by Afterburner. Look at those PlayStation 2 games. Airbus A3. That's funny. That's funny. Anyway, yeah, that's funny. Cool. All right, let's get through these. Holy shit, that was a lot.
Yeah, what?
Ooh,
Kidding.
Nice shot there. KC _ Aviation. Good dude. God, I love F-15s.
isn't it the new? I think Boeing announced a F-15EX7 is getting delivered soon to
Nice.
Portland, I believe.
I hope so, because they've been way behind in delivering those.
Again, man,
Force-
Boeing.
The Air Force needs them. I know. Ooh,
We
nice.
want to see them.
Yeah, we do. It's a nice shot, nice tail in KC-46 actually, at Pease Air National Guard Base. Very cool. We'll do a couple more and then we'll end it here. So, hey, there's Generazzi. There you go. That's some F-35 action there. Very cool. Let's see. Official Hill. There you go. That was the demo practice the other day on Tuesday. Yeah. Wow. There's a big crowd there.
It was a big crowd.
Man, it's always nice when there's clouds in the sky, especially when you're shooting, because then you get some contrast. Oh yeah, Julian Phillips Art. Go support her. She does awesome work. She'll even do custom stuff. Doing some DJ originals next week. Oh,
Nice.
That's cool. Nicely done. That's my daughter Sadie, 18-year-old daughter. Nice. Let's see. All right. It's like a paratrooper. Got some lingerie. Okay. I think we'll end it here.
Yep.
There's another kick-ass F-16. Oh, well, didn't mean to show that, but hey, you know, it is summer. I guess you got to show some skin. But anyway, so that was. Okay, now I got to turn the music off. See, I'm not used to running the whole damn show.
Oh, you're doing fine.
But anyway, so yeah, AvGeek Joe. Let's see, Bayo and Mock. So that must have been what he was posting. And then we also want also F-22. Yes.
Yes, I want F-22 demo team here.
Yes, can confirm. I don't know what you're confirming. But anyway, hey, just want to say thanks again, Matt, for helping out on the show tonight.
Yeah, I always happy to help.
And you know, you've always been a good friend, a good supporter of the show and RampCheck, and we definitely appreciate that. And thanks for all the listeners, watchers. I guess it would be watchers tonight, unless you're listening in your car when you're driving. But anyway, on the live stream, the show is available to rewatch on any of the platforms that we post to. And you know, again, Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, and X. You can watch live there every Wednesday. We try to do it every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and then you can go rewatch past shows. But we love your subscription on YouTube too. We're almost up to 800 subscribers on YouTube now, which is good. It's free to subscribe, so go ahead and do so and share it with your friends and family. And then, of course, go to the Ramp Swag store if you want some kick-ass swag. I've got my my William Tell shirt on today, which has got the. You know, it's also got the. I'm not going to try to model it, but anyway, I've got some cool William Tell 2023 swag on there too, shirts, and of course, you know, the Ramp Swag USA hat. And you've got your awesome B-21 hat on that we were talking about a few weeks ago. That's a kick-ass.
And then my aggressor shirt.
Yes, so cool. Is that 64th aggressor or 65th? 64th. Is that Nellis?
Yeah, I think
the Vipers.
Both.
Oh, is it both on there? Okay, nice. That's a
I'll
cool shirt. Did you get it at the last Air show?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice, cool. And then, of course, I love the photo behind you. That's a kick-ass.
Yes,
kick-ass
it's gonna find a new home soon, where I can display it nicely.
Yeah, no,
along with a few other things I have hidden.
Very cool. Very cool. But anyway, I'm trying to remember how to close the show out. But for you know, myself, Aaron, Tony, Ryan, and then of course Matt we so appreciate you joining on. And yeah, anything else you want to add before we end this?
No, I would say please like and subscribe and share it with all your friends. Maybe we'll have to come up with something for 1,000 subscribers.
Yes, exactly. Oh, and one other thing I'll mention is keep an eye out with some cool kick-ass ramp swag that have to do with like a sports jersey style swag that Matt helped collaborate and help design with me, that really excited about releasing soon. So
Agreed.
yeah, they turned out pretty sick.
It did. It really, really did.
So keep an eye out for that. But anyway, yeah, once again, for myself, Aaron, Tony, Ryan, who aren't here tonight, and Matt, you guys have see, I don't even have the video queued up. Good Lord. All right. Okay, we're out of here. Good day.